Little job I did earlier on this year. This boiler had been installed very incorrectly. No hydraulic separation, running towel rails and 3 zones of underfloor heating, and it was piped from a garage all the way through to the house, down the garden. It runs through the lawn up into the house there. So you can imagine the distances the water's got to travel to that top floor. No hydraulic separation, so the pump in the boiler, and we know on the Viessmans there's fairly low residual pump head, and the boiler pump's trying to cope with sending water all to the top floor, and of course there wasn't getting there. So I was left with this space, and really not enough space to, most of this pipe was already here, and there really wasn't enough space to get in a low loss header. So I went for the close coupled T's arrangement underneath the boiler there, and added in the mixing valve and the additional pump. So now the towel rails are run on an unmixed circuit from the red Grundfos pump here, and the underfloor heating 3 zones of is run from this pump here. Unfortunately, because there was one lot of pipework run for the 3 manifolds, I was unable to offer any extra zoning, so it's had to go off 1 mixer. Although I'm told by the customer the results are quite outstanding, and the temperatures are all within 1 degree centigrade within all the rooms. It obviously been installed with normal room stats in there, like they always are, which are actually rendered functionless when you fit this control, because the temperatures are always right. However, do leave them in there. We set them to 22, set the rooms to 21, and then if there was some kind of solar gain or party activity or something in the room, and the temperature rose to 22, it could close down the zone for there, but I'm not aware of it ever happening. I'm not saying it doesn't, but I'm not aware of it. So the interesting part of this job was actually something I worked out on the job recently. I've just reset the settings on the boiler here, is operation of the towel rail circuit. So towel rail circuit is the HC1 circuit. And what I found was that if I go into the heating curve, set the slope to 2 and the room temperature to maximum, whenever the towel rails come on, they're going to run between 38 and 46 degrees. Now 46, as we know, is the number we're always quoting for 56, sorry. It's well within condensing range anyway, from top to bottom. So this is going to be radiators at sort of shower temperature, so they're going to feel reasonably warm, capable of drying a towel, but they're not going to be knocking the boiler out of condensing mode. And also it's not going to be that much hotter than the water required to supply the mixed circuit for the underfloor. Yeah, I thought that was quite interesting. Previously I've been setting them to high room temperatures and with a high curve, just to get the temperature into the towel rails. But I think this is a good compromise. I don't know if there's a method for setting a fixed temperature for that circuit, and if anyone does know of one, perhaps they could let me know. It'd be quite nice to sort of set it to 50 and leave it on 50. But anyway, hope that's useful.